What about it, YouTube? So I was just watching this crazy video. This guy's got a channel. I'll try to put the link in the description. Born Again Barbarian. He just did this video. The seven Lehi laws of the Mormons are going to get you killed. I'll put the link in the description. But it's crazy. So, I didn't know this, but apparently you can forget about separation of church and state, atheists, anarcho-capitalists, all you others. You can forget about all of that because the Mormons are fixing to implement these seven laws around the world. All right, and everyone's going to be a Lehite, and if you're not a Lehite, you're going to get butchered out. Okay, and so there's these seven laws, and he was just going over them, but basically, if if you have any other idea of how to get to heaven than being a Lehite, then you're going to get butchered out. So if you're an atheist, you get butchered out. If you are anybody else, anybody else that won't be a Lehite. What does it mean to be a Lehite? Well, basically, you follow the seven laws and you just sort of like acknowledge that the Mormons are there to run it, run the planet. I think they call it Tikkun Olam or something like that. And anyway, it's their job. Basically, they're endowed with this from the Creator to manage the planet. Okay, it almost sounds Masonic in a way, but don't get that confused because there's absolutely no way that those things could be connected, right? All those secret societies and stuff. No way. The Mormon temple's got the secret handshakes on it, and they do that in the temple. But don't, no, 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 no. All this stuff isn't related back and forth and everywhere and ubiquitous. It's not. Okay, that's just a coinkydink, a coincidence, all right? Cohen. Coincidence, okay? So, anyway, you gotta just get ready for these. You're gonna have to get ready to be a Lehite, okay? And you acknowledge that Joseph Smith and his extra biblical scripture, um, you know, what you gonna do? All right, because hey, it's just okay. Because he says so makes it true, and that's what you're gonna have to get figured out. Okay. By the way, they got rules about being homosexual. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. You get butchered out too. So I'm just letting you know that the Mormons have this crazy thing. It's like in the works, and they're gonna implement this worldwide, and that's why you see all this calamity. They run the banks, and so they pay for all these wars. Okay, and they have been, all right, and all this chaos and everything. It's in the Bible about in the last days, and so hey, they're making sure it happens, right? They're following the Bible like a script, like how the Mormons meet at Bohemian Grove and they have the patron saint John, right? Well, that's Revelations John. Yeah, they love it because then they kind of know what to do, right? And it helps them with their tikkun olam of knowing that they're endowed to run it. Okay, it all just fits together like a beautiful little puzzle. And so you're just going to have to acknowledge that they run it. Basically, if you act as though you worship them, then you'll be a good servant to them, and good things, heaven even for Lehites. Heaven could be attained for Lehites, but no homosexuals, no atheists, and nobody who won't succumb to the Lehite stuff. Okay? So there's the 7 Lehite laws, is what I was learning from this guy, but there's like 600 and something sub laws. Okay? But you'll probably never be able to remember or understand. But basically, if you just like wake up every day and just say, I'm going to worship the Mormons and I'm going to worship, all this stuff, this, as much as I can with my best intentions, putting them first, right? Putting them first, which of course that wouldn't be an idol before God, right? Because they're endowed to do this. So, I mean, you just got to give them a pass on that, right? Like anything else would be an idol, but not them. Okay, does that make sense? Anything else, if you, I mean, even Jesus, I'm sorry, I mean, they call themselves but if you think that, see, they say that Joseph Smith saw God and Jesus, and so it's two separate things, and so I'm sorry if you say it's one Jesus, like, and one God, and that the same thing. Sorry, you get butchered out. I know it gets really complicated. It's really complicated. So some of you people that are confused Christians who don't understand it the Mormon Lehite way, you're gonna get butchered out. Okay? And so anyway, I'm going to put the link in the description, but it's really interesting that the Mormons are fixing to do all this. Okay? God bless.